Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 9, Text number 10. Ya nivritis tanubritam tavapada padma dhyanad bhavajjanakata shamanena vyasyat ta brahmani swamahimani apinatamabhut kim va antakashi lulitat patatam vimanat. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. My Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from your pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, wherein one thinks oneself merged in the impersonal Brahman or one with the Supreme. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service, then what to speak of the temporary blissfulness of elevating oneself to the heavenly planets, which is ended by the separating sword of time. Although one may be elevated to the heavenly planets, he falls down in due course of time. Purport. The transcendental bliss derived from devotion service, primarily from Shravanam and Kirtanam, hearing and chanting, cannot be compared to the happiness derived by karmis by elevating themselves to the heavenly planets or by jnanis or yogis who enjoy oneness with the Supreme Impersonal Brahman. Yogis generally meditate upon the transcendental form of Vishnu, but the devotees not only meditate upon him but actually engage in direct service of the Lord. In the previous verse, we find that the phrase bhavapyaya, which refers to birth and death. The Lord can give relief from the chain of birth and death. It's a misunderstanding to think, as do the monists, that one who gets relief from the process of birth and death emerges into the Supreme Brahman. Here it is clearly said that the transcendental bliss derived from Shravanam and Kirtanam by pure devotees cannot be compared to Brahmananda or the impersonal conception of transcendental bliss derived by merging into the Absolute. The position of karmis is still more degraded. Their aim is to elevate themselves to the higher planetary systems. It is said, Yanti Deva Vratha Devan, persons who worship the demigods are elevated to heavenly planets. But elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita we find, Kshine Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. Those who are elevated to higher planetary systems must come down again as soon as the results of their pious activities are exhausted. They are like the modern astronauts who go to the moon. As soon as their fuel is used up, they are obligated to come back down to this earth. As the modern astronauts who go to the moon or heavenly planets by force of jet propulsion have come down again after exhausting their fuel, so also do those who are elevated to the heavenly planets by the force of yajnas and pious activities. Antaka selulitat, by the sword of time, one is cut from this exalted position within this material world and he comes down again. Dhruva Maharaj appreciated that the results of devotion service are far more valuable than merging into the Absolute or being elevated to the heavenly planets. The words patatam vimanat is very significant. Vimana means airplane. Those who are elevated to heavenly planets are like airplanes which drop when they run out of fuel. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. So now Dhruva Maharaj, after comparing the bliss of him having seen the Supreme Lord face to face and comparing with sense gratification, in this bag of flesh and bones, comparing now he is comparing the transcendental bliss that he experienced through the process of devotional service which he underwent, starting from meditation upon the Supreme Lord in his heart, followed by seeing the Lord face to face. When he compares those experiences now with Brahmananda, the bliss of realizing that I am pure spirit. And then he says, what to speak of heavenly bliss, which the living entities achieve by performance of tapasya, yajnas, by accumulating so much punya, they go to heavenly planets. And that heavenly pleasure itself is nothing compared to Brahmananda. And the pleasure of devotional service is far, far immeasurably beyond these two kinds of. One is material bliss, one is the bliss of Brahman. And the real bliss of the soul is love of Krishna. The transcendental bliss is different from the bliss of this body, momentary blisses of this body. The transcendental bliss comes out of one's relationship with the Supreme Lord. Very intimate, close relationship with this Supreme Lord as his subjects or as in any of the rasas that is incomparable to any of these blisses. Because everywhere we see the living entity is actually seeking bliss, seeking happiness, seeking pleasure. But nowhere in the material world that soul's Sat instinct, Chit instinct and Ananda instinct can find his satiation. Cannot find its satiation through any kind of activities or through any kind of association other than engaging in devotion service of the Lord and associating with the Lord. Other than that, the living entity can never feel complete in itself. Why? Because constitutionally I am God conscious. Constitutionally I am particle of God. Constitutionally God is a person, I am a person. Constitutionally, moment supreme person and tiny person, there is a personal relationship. And that relationship is eternal. And if you see in the material world also, all the relationship is a basis of Ananda. Of course, the impersonalists, they see that yes, I am always seeking for happiness through relationship. But I don't find here in this material world, always that is getting frustrated. No relationships are eternal, no relationships are lasting. But the quality of relationship that I want is that which does not break. I need two things. One is I want sweet relationship, but it should not break also. This is the instinct of the living entity. He wants sweet, unbreakable relationship. And the relationship of love. So obviously that is not available here, but the sample is there. What is the sample? Sample is that does not last. Momentarily you give. Momentarily these experiences are available in this material world by the arrangement of the Supreme Lord, by illusory mechanism. Experience is given, but actually that experience is illusory. Because relationship means people. So if there is an experience of relationship in this material world, being that the relationship is, let's say, between two people, but those two people are not eternal. So therefore, the relationship, even though experience is there of momentary love and all those, of course with all imperfections. As Prabhupada says, in this material world there is no love. Because conditionally we are self-centered. The moment we are self-centered, it is not called love, it is called lust. What is it in there for me? Is a question that we always ask. Anything we involve, anything we do, our first question, it's a paradigm in our mind. What is it there for me? So it is called self-centered. Because in the material world, the living entity has forgotten who he is. He does not know any other center than himself. He does not know that he is inseparable from God. He cannot be separated from Krishna. Only in illusion he can be separated. Only in illusion he can forget that I am independent of God. Every living entity, mamai vamsha jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. Every living entity is defined by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as jivere surupohe nitya Krishna Dasa. These are descending truths. If you are not experiencing it, we should understand that yes, it is truth. I am not experiencing it because I am covered and something else, my consciousness is thinking about myself. I am this body, I am part of this material world, is the basis of false ego. The drama ego, the drama of life, one life to another life to another life. Everywhere we sample relationships. Loving relationship we sample. But it doesn't last. Neither does it last, nor is it pure. It is always conditioned, motivated, helplessly. Not only others, even ourselves. We should not think I can give pure love to anybody, because I am conditioned. A completely purified soul who has no other self-interest other than to link that living entity to Krishna, nobody else can give true love. So Srila Prabhupada is giving true love by his books, by his teachings, Love is always expressed through activities. So every act of Srila Prabhupada, when he was on this planet, and now in his aprakata form, unmanifest form, the deities, and so many ways, he is acting. Those acts are all acts of love of Prabhupada. Why? Because there he is acting not for him, but is acting for the pleasure of the Lord, to guide the living entities back to Godhead. So it is not ordinary. So the first sample of what is pure love without any condition, we can experience the sample of that love from the spiritual master, a pure devotee spiritual master. We can experience that. Not only in terms of his teachings, in terms of his care, his reciprocations, his personalized guidance. These are all experienceable by someone who seeks a relationship with the Supreme Lord. So anyway, here Dhruva Maharaj says, this heavenly pleasures, Brahmananda pleasures, cannot be compared to the pleasure of chanting and hearing. The transcendental bliss derived from devotion service, primarily from Shravanam, Kirtanam, hearing and chanting, cannot be compared to the happiness derived by the karmis by elevating themselves to heavenly planets, or Jnanis and Yogis who enjoy oneness with the impersonal Brahman. Because he is experienced and he is speaking. So the living entity, we really do not know what is bliss. We do not know what is real, what is happiness. We do not know what is pleasure. Neither in quantity nor in quality. We do not know. Material pleasure, material happiness, material love is of a different quality. If you have seen iron, you cannot say, I have seen gold. Quality is completely different. Lust and love is like, Krishnadas Kaviraj says, is like iron and gold. We have not tasted. Then when we hear from these sources, oh, how chanting and hearing, the bliss of that far supersedes the bliss of heavenly planets. Bliss of heavenly planets, there is no miseries. When time is up, as Prabhupada says, so beautiful example Prabhupada gives. You go to moon and your fuel is over, you have to come back. Fuel is like punya. So living entities can go to heavenly planets. But if there is no fuel, he has to come back. So you do so many punya activities in this material world to buy petrol. And then you fly to heavenly planets. Then the tank is empty, you fall down. Back to the earth. So it is all temporary. Temporary relationship do not satisfy the soul. Do not satisfy the soul. Because soul is eternal. Soul is eternal. Soul needs eternal relationship. And that eternal relationship is with Krishna. It begins with Shravanam Kirtanam. So the unlimited bliss is described in the process of Shravanam and Kirtanam. We chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shravanam and Kirtanam. Dhruva Maharaj is saying that it is unlimited bliss. But why we are not feeling that bliss? We are also doing Shravanam and Kirtanam. Shastra says Shravanam and Kirtanam, bliss of that is beyond Brahmananda. Brahmananda is freedom from three modes of material nature. But we find ourselves, in spite of chanting Hare Krishna, within the three modes of material nature. Neither we are enjoying heavenly planets, nor we are enjoying Brahmananda. But that not to get discouraged. Only till you die, all these things are not given, so that you increase your bhakti. You are already chanting, you are already liberated. If you don't want the bliss of loving service, like this you get Brahmananda, like this you get heavenly planets, as soon as you leave your body. Because you are chanted whole life. That's why it is said, you are already liberated. Everybody who chants Hare Krishna is already liberated. But we don't want liberation. We want love of Godhead. So that is why it is said the devotees do not seek liberation. Even if they are attacked by the three modes of material nature, they know that, it is an opportunity given to me to awaken my love of Godhead. Because three modes of material nature, you become free from three modes of material nature. Or you get liberated. Then you will not be able to connect this variegatedness to Krishna. Like Kunti Devi, she felt that if she is liberated from all the problems in life, she cannot get the bliss of bhakti. She cannot get transcendental happiness. When there are so many kinds of miseries, then I relate to the Lord, I depend upon Him, I call for His protection. And when He reciprocates, then both the problems as well as the solution all constitute transcendental happiness. So in a devotee's life, if his perspective is proper, then he sees the reverses, negatives, all those things, situation in the material life, as ultimately, you have to be a little patient. It may look distressful. The end of it will be bliss and happiness. That is real happiness. Feeling the result of surrender to Krishna is real happiness. Okay, anyway, coming back to this question, when we chant and hear, what is it that is slowing us down from experiencing the bliss of Krishna consciousness? I am touching Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When attention is there, I am connected. Still I don't get the bliss. The Lord is said to have invested all his potencies. Shakti Evesha Nama. The Nama is having all the Shaktis of the Lord. But I am touching with my attention. Why I am not in bliss? All the energy of Ananda is in the Shabda. All spiritual Shaktis to overcome three modes of material nature is there in the Shabda. Why that Shabda is not flowing into my heart? Even if I am connected through attention. There is one more thing required. Starting point. Even though we give Shakti Aveshanama example of electrical wire, if there is electricity in the wire, you touch, you will get shock. That example is given of Shakti Aveshanama. But that electric current which you are talking about in Shakti Aveshanama is a spiritual current. In the material world, matter goes and touches electricity, your body will get electrocuted. Your soul doesn't get electrocuted. Isn't it? Matter affects matter. Similarly, in this Shabda, Shakti Aveshanama, both spiritual energies and material energies are there. So if now, in order to touch all the material energy that is there in the Nama, that means total Virat energy, enough for liberation. That you can get by attention touch. That you can get by attention touch. But if you want in the Shakti Aveshanama that we chant, all the material energies are in it and all the spiritual energies are also in it. So by attention you can touch the material energies. The highest material energy is liberating energy. You get liberation. You can experience liberation by touching the Shakti Aveshanama without personal reciprocation of the Lord. When it comes to bhakti, love, then these Shaktis, Satchit Ananda Shakti, they are all spiritual Shaktis. Spiritual Shaktis, how do they interact? Not by forced contact. Very important to understand that you can touch the Satchidananda energies through faith. And you can draw the energies into you through eagerness. Unless the personal aspects, the Lord's Satchidananda energies in Shakti Aveshanama, they are personal energies. Personal energies, they do not, you cannot touch automatically. Like if you are there, I come and touch you. I forcefully come and touch you. You have to, I accomplish touching. even without you wishing. Say you are walking, I come behind and I touch you. I accomplish touching. But spiritual contact is not like that. It's a world of love. It's a personal relationship. So even though all the Shaktis are there in the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shraddha, faith, is a personal faculty, a relationship faculty. So you are sending out a relationship through faith. With eagerness, faith that the Lord has descended, Lord is present before me, and the faith that Lord is ever ready to reciprocate, to liberate me from this material world and take me back to God and give me bhakti. When we say liberation in that sense, it means liberation from karma, liberation from fruitive activities, liberation from sense gratification, liberation from worldly social gratification. When we say liberation, we are saying liberation from self-centeredness and become Krishna-centered. So that when we say we want liberated, the Nama Prabhu gives us liberation. Means liberation from karma and awarding of devotional service, bhakti. So Shraddha and the personal element of anticipating, hoping, anticipating the costless mercy of the Shakti Vaishnava are the factors that will make these Satchidananda energies flow into us. Then we experience the bliss of Sat, bliss of Chit, bliss of Ananda. So Dhruva Maharaj had faith in what his spiritual master said. He had absolutely no doubt that the Lord is, whatever my spiritual master said. First of all, he knew, he's this young boy, he has full faith that, God will, I had to speak to God. I had to find where God is. What is his origin? Eagerness to? Eagerness to find and see God. Starting point. He left the palace itself with that. Initial qualification already there. And then Guru came to him and gave him Shraddha. Where you can find, how you can find. He got faith. Oh, you are saying that if I do all these things, I can see God? Yes. Just see, even though he is a child, these two qualifications, Shraddha and eagerness, completely purified him. Even before he could see face to face the Lord, just by meditating in his heart on the form of the Lord as described by Narada Rishi, which is considered to be one of the authorized Archa Vigrahas. So basically, Narada Rishi was doing both the Archa worship as well as Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva, Shabdavatara. Both he was doing. And that is exactly what our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas have taught us. By the combination of Bhagavata Vidhi and Pancharatrika Vidhi, by the combination of worshipping the Rupa Avatar of the Lord and Shabda Avatar of the Lord, one can quickly make progress like Dhruva Maharaj and experience transcendental Ananda. If we are not, then We are not following the process. We are thinking that getting mercy from Shakti Vaishnama is a mechanical process. No. Though it may be required, if Shraddha is there, of course attention is required. Attention is very crucial. First you have to connect to the sound that you are chanting, isn't it? So attention is very much required. Simply having faith is not used, because you faith and do what? First you connect and then have faith, then anticipate the mercy of the Lord. Take in the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Drink mantra after mantra, mantra after mantra, mantra after mantra. Aushadhi. For a sadhaka, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is a aushadhi. Very powerful medicine. A medicine that can cure us from material ignorance, can cure us from forgetfulness of Krishna. That is the power of this medicine. So this, with Shraddha you should drink 16 rounds. My Guru has told me, take this medicine, 16 into 1000, how many? 728 spoons of the syrup you take. Just like when we are hungry, you gobble 1, 2, 3, you gobble, right? You know, feeling of that when you are hungry. 1. In the same way, with eagerness, we should gobble through the years. Mantra after mantra after mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Anybody who takes this medicine properly, there is no doubt that this bhavaroga will go away. There is no doubt. If it is not happening, entire reason, if ultimately this is not happening, Shravanam and Kirtanam cannot be compared to the happiness derived by the karmis. If that is not happening, first you should have faith. It will happen. It doesn't take much long. It will happen. It can happen. The Shastras are never wrong. Because of the 10 offenses, it is not happening. Short circuit. Then the circuit doesn't work if there is short circuit. No 10 offenses means perfect circuit. It is not enough if you have a power line connected to your building. From there you need proper circuit. No, I got power in my house. I got, I have taken power connection. But inside you have not done any wiring. How will you take that? Huh? Simply you think, no, I am chanting Hare Krishna. Shakti Vaishnama. I got power connection. Do you have the circuit? Do you have the circuit of attention, faith, eagerness? Minimum, this much will start flowing inside. Any questions? Yeah.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Hare Krishna.
Bro, last week there was a horrific incident happened in Bangladesh, wherein a large number of people entered the temple and they have burnt up and even the deity of the spiritual master. So when we hear such kind of instances, like what should be our paradigm? What should be our perspective towards it?
How?
What should be our perspective towards it?
We should see everything from this perspective of the scriptures, from the perspective of transcendental knowledge. First thing, the Shastra says, Padam Padam Yad Vipadam Natesham. Every step in this material world is dangerous. There is danger lurking in every step of our life. This is the nature of material energy. This is the nature of material world. And with this material world, the Lord's agencies are running this material world, guna, kala and karma. Lord's, just like law of gravity. If I drop this kartal, it will fall. It will fall. There is no need for God to make it fall. But there is need for God to have created gravity. After creating gravity, he said, you don't need me. You drop it, it will fall. Similarly, everything in this material world is going on according to guna, kala and karma. Three aspects of material energy. Kala is permanent. Guna is also permanent energy. Karma is only a code, how guna and kala should act. That code keeps changing. Karma keeps changing. According to that karma, it acts. So guna, kala, karma is acting on the individual as well as collective of individuals. We are a society. Just like Prabhupada says in the Bhagavatam. Yudhishthira Maharaj was Dharmaraja. He did not know what to do any sin. Why is he suffering? Prabhupada explains, it's the nature of the material world. In that, if you are there, the devotees don't seek any exemption from that. Okay, wind is blowing, okay, you blow on me also. So for the sake of preaching Krishna consciousness, devotees, they go anywhere, they take risk. In a country like that, where they are minority, it is always a risk. There is always a risk for preaching Krishna consciousness. That kind of risk is not there here. So you cannot say that here Krishna is protecting, there Krishna is not protecting. Here we have no trouble because Krishna is protecting. There they have trouble because Krishna is not protecting. Krishna is protecting everywhere if he wishes, when he wishes, with the transcendental wellness for his devotees in mind. Death is not big issue for devotee, no. For karmis it's a big issue. Okay, one devotee was killed. Good happened to him ultimate today. What is his position? Good or bad? He himself has forgotten that he was killed, but his soul is enjoying for the sake of the Lord. Correct? So you see, from transcendental point of view, all this Krishna, left, right, center, entire Kurukshetra had killed there. So many people died. Violence are not an issue. Because we are all conditioned in this worldly feelings, worldly knowledge, worldly factor. We think, oh, why Krishna did not protect? This is a point. Why Krishna did not protect? My statement would be, Krishna has protected. But you cannot understand. Protection means good has happened. To everybody, good has happened. Na me bhakta pranashyati. Now don't apply it according to your standards. My devotees will never be vanquished. That doesn't mean my devotee will never die. That doesn't mean my devotee will never be killed. Lord, suppose I am a devotee, I have killed so many people. So Krishna would have decided, okay, once you get killed and clear all your karma. No problem. Once you get killed by them, clear all your karma, plus I will give you a higher life. So we cannot see things from the material perspective alone. Just like the Pandavas always had full of problems. Life is full of problems. So what? Krishna was always with them. So our eyes are at somewhere else. Bhakti. We are all looking up towards relationship with Krishna. We are not looking at things of this world. Good and bad of this world. Whether good or bad of this world, I have faith that Lord is taking care. And you should know the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. They saw Prabhupada Murtis was burnt. Okay, it pains us. But at the same time, we know that nobody can burn Prabhupada. Can they burn Prabhupada? So you should know the philosophy of Archa Vigraha. Nobody can. They may burn the plastic after Prabhupada leaves. 5-glass Murti, okay. If you say that they burnt Prabhupada, it means that Prabhupada was bonded to fiberglass. He couldn't escape. In our case, I can understand. If somebody comes to kill you, you have to get killed. You cannot run away. You have to experience the pain and killing all this. But Archa Vigraha, deity, pure devotees, they are ever liberated and situated in the Archamurti. They are sitting there for bhakti. They are not sitting there for people to take rasa. Demons. So one who understands once you understand the proper Shastra, then they can understand the mind of the Lord, the principle of incarnation. Any other question? Already too late. We'll see later. Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.